Yo, welcome back. This is Stu42 with another Minecraft video. Today I'm gonna still keep with the magic theme. Just before we get started though, I will show you a little bit of a follow-on from last time. Since we've managed to get this automatic LP thing happening, I've upgraded a bunch of the runes, which is pretty cool. I've also redone this room underneath. Now, last time you remember I had the scorched earth up here with the altar and it was a bit squashed for space. It was pretty horrible to manage, to be honest. So now I've put this underneath. Pretty simple. Lights go out, mobs spawn, there they are. And as you can see, oh, we've even got a cube down there. As you can see, that ritual is still hitting things under here and it is adding the LP up above. And I have a chest full of goodies being drawn out from underneath. Anyway, the thing I really wanted to do today was some more witchery. So one of the things I wanted to get into was a thing called circle magic. Now, circle magic needs this book, which I have the stuff prepared. And it talks about circles. It talks as a 7, 11, 15 ritual otherwhere. Right, so one of the things we're going to want to do with this, well, this is a binding. Now, the one I really wanted to do is, what is it? Soul of the World, Spirit of Otherwhere. Broom. I wanted the broom and the flying woman. So, I need to do this circle with a 7x7 and an 11x11. I need the golden bit in the middle. I need to make a broom. I need to make flying ointment. I need 3000 altar power. As you can guess from that, I want to make a flying broom. Now, do we have? Yep, we have 3000 altar power. So the flying broom is just because I'm using this jetpack at the moment and it says protection 8, but it's really clearly not protection 8. I do want some better armor as well, so I'll get on to making the armor, but in the meantime, I want to find a different way to do flight. So we're going to need a few things. So there was, what was it? There was the ointment? No. Flying ointment. So flying ointment is going to take a few things. Diamond, pretty easy. Wool of bat, I've got. Feathers, yep. Belladonna flower, yep. Potion of swiftness. Alright, so we're going to need to get a brewing stand. Sugar, orchid potion. Water, right, so we need a plain old brewing stand for that. And the other bit that's going to be interesting to make is this redstone soup. Interesting. The redstone soup seems to be just made there. This brewing may not be a brewing stand. It may actually be the witch's kettle. I don't know, let's have a look anyway. So I'm going to gather up some of the bits and pieces that we need for this. I'm going to make ourselves a brewing stand. I think I've got all of these things. Drop of luck. Okay, so we're going to need a witch's cauldron for this stuff. Mandrake, nether. Tear of the Goddess. Oh, Refined Evil and Mutandis Extremis. Refined Evil. Diamond Vapor. Oh, and a gas tier. Wow, we're going to need some nasty stuff. And Mutandis Extremis is just Netherwort and Mutandis. Exhale of the Horny One. I think I've got some of that left. Yep, so I do have Exhale of the Horned One. Alright, so let me gather up a bunch of the things and I'll be back in a minute and we'll see if we can't make some of these things for the flying ointment and then we'll look at where we're going to put this circle. Getting a bit pushed for space, probably out here. In fact, I don't really need this anymore, so while I'm off camera, I might actually cover this hole over and we'll make this our new bit of a bit of ritual circle space. Alright, I'll be back in just a moment once I've got some stuff together. Okie dokie, we have cleared a bit of space. I've sealed this hole back up. I've also cleared out my rubber trees from here and replanted some up the back there. I think what I'm going to do is I'll end up moving this mana pool stuff over to here. Or even... yeah, I might move it over to here just to make room for the ritual circle. Also move this and maybe rearrange a couple of these things as well. As you can see, we've got the first, oh, there we go, done. So we've got some diamond vapor already there. Now the, what was it? No, it was called flying something, wasn't it? There we go, flying ointment. So the potion of swiftness is orchid potion, which is water bottle, orchid potion, netherwort. See, I don't know. There's a couple of things that tell me that this is actually supposed to be... Yeah, it says it's supposed to be done with the witch's kettle, but I can't see anything in here that seems to require the witch's kettle. Drop of luck. I mean, we need the cauldron, which is pretty nasty. Tear of the Goddess we've got. Mandrake, Netherwort. So we're going to need the Mutandis Extremis, which is Netherwort and Mutandis. We're going to need the Refined Evil, which is what we need the Diamond Vapor and the Ghast for. I'm going to have to go and hunt out a Ghast. I'm not sure if I've got one of those. May do somewhere. This is Awkward Potion. Cool. So now I need some sugar and some redstone to make the next level of that. I'm going to need some water for here. That's right, it takes 3. 3 of these. Now, one of the things I also did, just as a bit of a side note, in Thorncraft, I found this thing called the Everfull Urn. Now, this is really funky. It's got water coming out of it constantly, and it fills this cauldron up just fine. So even if we empty that cauldron, if we shift right click it, empty, and it fills straight back up again. Fantastic. It's really awesome, except it doesn't work with the Witchery Witch's Cauldron, unfortunately. Does work with the Petal Apothecary, tripping over my tongue, but doesn't work with this cauldron. Bit unfortunate. So, we're getting there. We're getting the bits that I need for this flying ointment. As I said, redstone and sugar for that one, and then this thing here, the Drop of Luck, is going to take a bit of doing with this. So, Refined Evil, I'm going to need to go and make. Mutandis, again, more stuff in the cauldron. So, egg, Mandrake, horned one, and an egg. Actually, let's try that now. So there's that. Getting a bit of weird laggy stuff. So we have Mandrake, the horned one, and an egg. An egg. Now over here we may have some eggs. There's one. Handy. Die you. Cool. Now we should have plenty of stuff in this altar now. So the altar has really been ramped up, which will help with this. Remember, we did have one of these things go bad one of the other times. It just didn't work. So Mutandis is Mandrake, horned one, and an egg. Okay, so Mandrake, horned one, and an egg. And will this stuff happening? Stuff happening. Oh, hooray, Mutandis. Cool. So, yeah, that works pretty well. And now it's just a process of going through all of this again. And then what do we need for the other Mutandis? Netherwort and Mutandis. Sure. Here's some Netherwort I prepared earlier, thanks to the magic of television. Oh, green this time. Funky. We should get some... Whoa. Paralyzed. Ha. Cool. Well, we got our Mutandis Extremis. We end up with like 15 seconds of paralyzed, which is pretty crazy. And a zoomed in view. Nasty. Paralyzed 3. It's not even regular paralyzed. Whew. Okay. But we've got our Mutandis Extremis. So I'm going to run away again because I'm going to need to go ahead and find the Ghast here, which I'm not sure I have. I may have to go and find one. And then I think we've got Tear of the Goddess and everything we need to make the Drop of Luck. And then from there, we definitely... this is the kettle. Right, I missed that the first time around. So we do need the kettle for this. Now, what does that need? Kettle needs some string, a cauldron, some living wood twigs, a tunestone. Nothing too crazy there. All right, I'm going to run away again and make this kettle, and I'll put it probably right next to there. And I'll see you in a bit once we've got the next bit of stuff together. See you in a bit. Okay, I am back just for a little bit, just to explain something rather, well, kind of hilarious, really. Not very good luck for me. As you can see, there is this gap here where there used to be my witch's cauldron and my kettle that I've made. Now, unfortunately, when I was making the drop of luck, so I had all this stuff finally lined up together, I threw it in the cauldron and nothing happened. I mustn't have done it fast enough or something went wrong with it. Either way, the brew didn't happen, so it wasted all those ingredients. Then to make matters worse, I haven't found a way of emptying the cauldron. I'm sure one of you will comment below this video letting me know how to do it, but the only way I know of is to break the cauldron. I broke the cauldron and it straight away landed directly in the kettle, being used as an ingredient, which meant that the kettle went off, which means I've lost my cauldron. So I'm now back to square one of needing to make myself another cauldron. I'm going to put the kettle and the cauldron far away from each other. In fact, I'm going to move these around a little bit and then try it again. So I'll be back again. Hopefully this time I will have all the stuff ready to use in the kettle. I want to get these 6 ingredients at least to do on camera so that we can see how that works. But yeah, hilarity notwithstanding, let's get going with it, and hopefully after this next break I'll have everything lined up. See you again. Okay, I have changed quite a bit of things once again. A few lessons learned. You'll notice there's a bit of changes here. So one of the things, as per usual, as with last time we had this problem, it all came down to power. There was not enough power in the altar heading towards the cauldron. 2 things can help that. One is these circles that I've drawn here. So 2 levels of this white circle won't incur too many side effect penalties, but will actually lower the cost quite a bit. Lowering the cost for our drop of luck down to around the 5,000 mark. Now you remember our altar only had about 3,000 and something. I've swapped out the normal skeleton skull for a wither skeleton skull, and ta-da, there we are, 5,180 power in the altar, which is enough to make the drop of luck. Now the other thing that is really worthwhile mentioning is the fact that even though the brew was bad in there, I could leave it in there. In fact, I left it in there while I drew the circles, and then while I replanted some trees and swapped the skull out, put some more of these dark oak logs in here. I did all this sort of stuff with that brew still in there, so I didn't actually have to break it and waste the brew. In fact, I didn't have to waste the first one that I wasted. So pretty handy in that respect, just not very good at telling you what it is that's wrong. But pretty much it's turning out that with Witchery, if you've got a problem, it's pretty much power all the time. So we're up to our first little bit to do with the kettle. Now, redstone, so we need redstone, a tongue of dog, a belladonna, mandrake, and wool of bat. So we have a tongue of dog, wool of bat, another mandrake root, and a belladonna. We don't need the redstone. I don't think. What are we missing? Oh, it is the redstone. Alright, cool. So, I've never done this before. Apparently you just sort of throw these things in here. So, yep, so redstone, that. Everything's in there. It's brewing. Now you should be able to use a glass bottle. To pull out your redstone soup. Excellent stuff. So now we need to kettle with our potion of swiftness, which we made before. There it is, potion of swiftness, our other mandrake root, a diamond. No, not a mandrake root, sorry. We need the other wool of bat, another belladonna, and a feather. So we need to race and get a feather. That kettle's somewhat easier to use than the cauldron, that's for sure. Although now I have so much power here, I doubt we'll be having power issues for a while. Throw some more water back in there. Now just double check. That's the swiftness with 8 minutes on it. That's the swiftness with 8 minutes on it. Yep. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I haven't got a glass bottle. I need a glass bottle. Glass bottle. Yoink. Flying ointment. Wow, we finally have our flying ointment. So, that's what we need for that part. Now, for the next part is going to be the really crazy part. So we need some golden chalk for a start, which I don't have any more of. I need some more ritual chalk. We're going to need to make a few things. So golden chalk, ritual chalk, tear of the goddess, wood ash, gypsum. Alright, I need to go away and make a few of these things because I've used a bunch of this stuff up. So once again, I'll cut it here, make some more chalk up so that we can get to making our circle, and then it's pretty much just getting this broom here, which is pretty easy, some saplings and some twigs, some special twigs. Let's go for rowan saplings. Go for 2 twigs like that. Oh, it needs to be one of each. All right, needs to be one of each. So luckily we have one of those, and one of those. So again, a lot of these things I'm finding are really good later on. Like once you've made, well, there we go. So there's our broom. So now we've got our broom, our flying ointment. I just need to make some chalk and then we can get our circles ready, make it close enough to this, which, holy crap, this should definitely have enough power now for anything we want to do, although famous last words. Yeah, so I'll see you back in just a moment with a bunch of chalk. Okie dokie, we have a ritual chalk and a golden chalk again. We've got the leftover of this chalk as well, so that should be enough chalk for us to do what we need to do. Now I just need to make sure that we're far enough from the altar and we have this 11 by 11. So there's 5 along that side, which means I'm going to do this a little bit backwards. We're going to go for the 5 along this side first. So we need to make sure there's enough room. So if we go maybe here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe in line with the, see, I don't want to run into that circle over there. Now, let's have a look. So yeah, 1, 2, then 3 out. So, and then 1, 2, 3. That's cool. So if we have the circle here, maybe we should start from this side instead. So there's the 5, and then we have 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. So that should be the bigger of the 2 circles. Now we need in 2 steps from that. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1, and then 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. And now we have the golden one right in the middle, which is, I know it's supposed to be a heart, but sure. So that one there is that. So we need the broom, the flying ointment, and we've got to perform this at night with 3000 altar power. So we've got plenty of altar power. So I don't know what that is. Broom and flying ointment. So it doesn't actually tell you what each of the things are. There's some cool stuff that you can make by the looks of it though. Cool, so we just need to wait for nighttime. Alrighty, I will be back once we have waited till nighttime, and let's throw these things in the middle and see if we can't make a flying broom. See you at nighttime. Okay, we are here. The sun has just set. We've got our ritual going. We should be able to throw those in there and then activate. Ooh, pop, pop. Haha, too cool. And now we should be able to jump on it. And whoa, it's a bit crazy to steer. Okay, now you've got to be careful not to push shift on this because... cool. That's so awesome though. So we can basically jump on this broom whenever we want. We don't need the jetpack anymore. If we push up, it basically goes the direction that you're going, but it's like acceleration. So it's actually pretty difficult to control. I get the feeling this would be very, very fast. But it is kind of cool. We do have a way of hovering now, which is going to be really handy for building some stuff. And then shift jumps off. And then break it like that. And there we go. We have an enchanted broom. Fantastic. Cool. All right. Well, I think that just about wraps up this episode. It's a bit longer than I expected. A few more mishaps along the way, losing cauldrons, trying to figure out our power problems once again. But we got there in the end, and we have a new toy to show for it. So cool. Anyway, as always, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.